Can't believe it. It's my last video of 2025. Did I get yours? Did I get yours? That completely original joke. Hello, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Honourable Mentions. I recently watched Scott Kramer's 2025 reflection video that he does every year, and it inspired me to do one this year. Because if you didn't notice, in the last 6 months I actually came back to YouTube properly after telling myself for years that I was going to do it and then going, I don't know what I want to make. Oh, I don't know what I want to do. And then just never doing it. It has truly been the biggest year I've ever had on socials, and I'm extremely grateful for it. So thank you everybody who's either subscribed to the YouTube, follow me on TikTok, follow me on Instagram, whichever platform you know me from. Hopefully YouTube if you're watching this video. If this is the first time you've ever seen the YouTube channel, hit subscribe. So the premise of this video is I'm going to go through every single video I've uploaded this year on this channel. Don't worry, there's only 9 of them. And I'm just going to discuss them a little bit, maybe give some behind the scenes info, just have a chat about how I felt about that video in general. So let's just jump into it. First video I posted this year was my Reading and Leeds third wave video. And I can't lie, I posted that because it was just a topic that was in our group chat for months. I think it was irritating me that I follow a lot of other festival content creators online and I'd heard none of them talking about it, unless I just missed it. But it felt like a little bit of a gap in the market in festival content to be like, oi Leeds, what are you playing at? I noticed it a lot from fans in the comment sections of Reading and Leeds being like, oi, where's the next wave? Because it was an extraordinarily weird amount of time to pass between the 2 announcements last year, or last festival season. And I just needed my 2 pence out there. I needed somebody to come online and talk about it and have like a full in-depth commentary video about it. Because quite frankly, it was pissing me off. But I also knew sod's law that as soon as I posted that video, it would trigger the third wave. Not that I think anybody at Reading and Leeds would have seen that video, but it's just sod's law. I just knew for a fact, get this out into the universe, and the universe will bring you back the third wave of Reading and Leeds 2025. I have to say it was nice though, because this was my best performing video on YouTube this year. Started off on a high note and clearly went downhill, apparently. But I'm grateful that kind of content strand works for me and people enjoy seeing that from me. Something I have said sort of publicly before anyway, and I'll say it again, I don't like just sticking in niches and just staying there as much as I know that that will make me successful. I don't like being put in a box. So I will make festival content, but I want the freedom to do other things as well as that. So going forward into 2026, just expect obviously a mix of things, but I am going to continue with festival content. Don't you worry. You're still being fed. You're still being fed. But yeah, as I say, this was the first ever proper YouTube video that I've posted since 2020. Technically 2022, because I posted a lot of like my freelancey kind of stuff. But to be honest, it was quite a big thing for me to step back into YouTube. Because as I say, it's something I've wanted to do for years and years and years. And as a kid, I would make YouTube style videos and just never upload them. And I did it for fun because I just love to create. And I feel like it's satisfied an inner child need for me to come back and do it. As much as I've only uploaded 9 videos, you have to remember I only came back 6 months ago. And I'm 25 and have a job. So I'm trying my best. I do want to be a bit more consistent next year and upload a bit more and put a little bit more effort in. Because I do ultimately, you know, ideal situation, full-time content creator is quite an ideal job for me. So we'll just see how we get on. I'm just thankful that I've pushed through my source of confidence and anxiety issues, because I'm also a musician called Hollywood UK. If you don't already know, I will link all of that kind of stuff in the description of this video if you want to check out my music. In 2022, I released an album called Staying in the City, and it got trolled to fuck on TikTok. Well, one song did, anyway. Joke's on you guys though, because that song ended up on BBC Radio. So, but that really knocked my confidence, and I just stopped with YouTube. I stopped with TikTok. I stopped with socials. I just sort of became that person that just watched everything and just wanted to upload, but then was too scared to upload because of idiot comments. And this year I really got over that. I made a new album and then just fucking went to everybody. Because I still got hate. I just don't give a shit anymore. So here's to pretending to YouTube properly and just not giving a shit. So, yeah. Oh, my Jason Allan video. So this was my first step into commentary, like properly. I watch a lot of commentary YouTubers. It's the main thing I watch on YouTube. So the likes of Cam Kirkham, Cataclysm, Memulus, Arthur TV. Basically everybody who's just relevant at the minute. Will and E, James Marriott. Good old Will and Jim. Not that they really make commentary anymore, that's not the point. And it was such a surreal video to make. So for context of that day, I explained it in the video if you haven't seen it. But I went to Leeds for the day to go to a James Marriott signing because he just released Don't Tell the Dog. And I had a few hours to kill before my coach back up to Sunderland. And I was near Leeds Trinity and I heard singing from a voice I recognised. I was like, why do I recognise that guy's voice? And it was Jason Allan. And I'd followed him on TikTok for years. So I thought, oh, well, I'll hang around and then I'll watch him for a bit because I've got the time, you know what I mean? And a group of lads were all sort of hanging around him and started going up to him and like touching his guitar that was just on a stand next to him and just messing around, just being idiot teenagers. And then it broke out into a fight that was live streamed on TikTok. And then he posted the clip to TikTok and it got 30 million views. And I'm in the background of that video. And it was just a mental thing to even like just comprehend that it had nothing to do with me. But of course I'm in the background of that video. Of course I am. Why wouldn't I be? So at the time of recording that video, Jason hadn't put any other really like bits of context of what actually happened. And the comment section on that video, we all know what 2025 has been like politically. A lot of reformer fucking idiots in the comments being fucking racist. As much as I don't condone the actions of the lads that were fucking punching Jason in the face, obviously, we don't need to bring race and reform shite into it. And I felt, as somebody who was actually there, I felt qualified to talk about it. As I say, Jason hadn't spoke about it at the time. He has since spoken about it. And yeah, I just feel bad for the guy because this seems to happen a lot. And I don't know if people have seen his videos on TikTok where other people have harassed him and gone, ooh, I want to be TikTok famous and do that, so I'm going to find him and do it to him. I don't know. Like, he seems like a nice lad, so I feel genuinely bad for him, and it's a big reason why me as a musician won't go and busk, because I ain't dealing with that shit. But I can't lie, it did feel good to post a video onto YouTube to go and tell people who vote fucking reform and Donald Trump supporters to go fuck off. And that's me never going to America while Trump's in charge. Oh no, I spoke bad about the orange man. Ooh. I knew this would happen. The Sod's Law thing was right, by the way. They did release the third wave of Reading and Leeds after I posted that commentary video about it. Of course they did. I just know these things. You're welcome. Honestly, I can talk for England when it comes to live music and festivals and things like that. Because it's such a passion for me. I feel like sometimes it's easier to just talk it to a camera and put it on the internet and just let people listen to it than it is to just bombard my friends with all of this. Because I could go on and on and on and on and on. And honest to God, these videos that I make, these sort of commentary videos, you have no idea how much I have to cut out of these videos for how long I sit here and talk.
Hello, it's me in the edit. It's 9:20 in the morning on New Year's Eve. I've been awake since 5:45. I yapped for bang on an hour straight yesterday when I filmed this. I've done so much trimming and the video as it stands is at 8 minutes 25 seconds. Well, from the point that like I added this video in, if that makes sense. It was probably actually around half an hour's worth of me yapping. You're welcome.
From what I remember, I don't think I actually said anything negative about Reading and Leeds. I think I was just really excited. I haven't really got a lot to say about this one, to be honest. It was literally just a response video to the original video that I made. But I hope it hyped you guys up, because it hyped me up. And it was a good festival this year, I can't lie. But we'll get on to that, because I did do a post-match interview about Leeds, so. The linen cupboard. So as I mentioned earlier, I released a new album this year called The Linen Cupboard, and I made a little video on this channel to just sort of advertise it for anybody who may know me but not know the music alias. And YouTube have just brought out this new collaborator sort of thing, so you can see that video on both channels, I believe. Originally when I posted this video that wasn't a thing, but oh well, I've cross-promoted now. I just wanted as many eyes on this album and this project as possible because it really genuinely meant a lot to me to release that, because it was so personal and so deep, and some of the themes in there are things I don't really talk about publicly, and that's Beth's iPad dinging in the background. And I feel like this channel really is a way for me to just open up to a camera and just, not to the point of oversharing. I've learned to not do that anymore. I was very bad at that when I was younger. I used to just anything and everything on the internet and have no concept of boundaries with that. Music feels like a poetic way to describe situations that I wouldn't overshare on this kind of channel to dramatise it, if that makes sense, I guess. Because music to me is like therapy, and when I was actually in therapy, I was recommended to continue songwriting because it clearly worked. But I feel like on my music channel, I don't make videos like this often. I did do a 2025 thank you video after Spotify Wrapped come out. That is the closest thing I've ever got to on that channel, really, of doing anything like that. This is the kind of channel for that. So it felt nice to actually just discuss the album openly and honestly, and it feel like it have a place somewhere properly. So allow me to plug it one more time in 2025. If you haven't listened to The Linen Cupboard, it's on all streaming services. The link will be in the bio. Voice crack. The festival camping guide. I had some... Beth, will your iPad just stop dinging? I had so much fun making this video, you have no idea. Because it felt like a proper creative outlet and something where I could just be a bit more energetic, a bit more, you know, use of props, and something that's just more creative than just sitting at a desk and talking, or like this, where I'm just sat on the couch having a chat. I felt like I could sort of be a little bit more out of the box. Only a little bit. I was still just sat at the desk pulling out props from behind me, but it was slightly more creative. And I really hope that you guys thought that that advice was good, because it was just all of the things that I wish I knew the first time I camped at a festival. Because I swear to God, I was in so much pain Leeds 2024 because I had a shitty airbed, tiny pop-up tent that I had to crouch over like this in. My back and my hips have been fucked since. I also felt like a kid on Christmas making that video because I think it was either the same day or the day after, I brought all of the stuff home from Go Outdoors because me and my partner had ordered it. We'd filled the car up with all the stuff, like literally full to the brim, didn't think it would all fit. And then brought it all into the flat and I was like, oh, we're going to Leeds soon, oh. It was just really exciting. And I just wanted to show off everything I bought, to be honest with you as well. And just be like, look, please take my advice. And it did save my ass when I was there this year. It was a 10 times better experience camping with everything that I'd bought and all the advice I'd put into the video. I don't know if it's just me not doing enough research. It might just be that. But I feel like the more guides like this and the more helpful information like this is just out into the universe, the better it is for everybody. I really hope it helped some people out because the video seemed to have done well. It's just shy of 100 views as of the time of recording this video. So I'm hoping it's one of them videos that you can just come back to at any point. It doesn't matter how old the video is. You can always come back to it like every festival season if you need the advice again. Or we'll just come and watch the video. I'm hoping it's a bit of a timeless one. Even if it's just helped one person, that's all I can ask for. So. My post-match interview for Leeds. What I really thought about Leeds Fest 2025. Now, I'm always going to share my honest opinion, whether that's good or bad, but I'm not a dickhead. So if I have a negative opinion, I will say it respectfully. Unless it's something that is like absolutely unacceptable, then I won't be very respectful. I think there's enough negativity online and bitching and slagging off. And this is coming from somebody who enjoys watching commentary videos as well. And commentary is full of that kind of attitude. Because as funny as it is sometimes, I do understand the other side of it of being hated and slagged off. I don't really want to contribute to that as much as I'm sure Festival Republic can handle it. I try to be as respectful as possible in my videos when I'm giving my opinions on things. And I felt like this was quite balanced. I do think, of course, I bigged up the festival because I enjoyed it. There was some brilliant acts on. I had a really good time. It was really good fun. But there were also negatives and there were drawbacks. I wasn't just gonna glaze Leeds and ignore that when it was a clear issue. So for example, drugs, camp safety, that kind of thing. The video's on my channel if you want to watch it, but I think this year's Leeds has really inspired the series I'm going to do next year, which I'm going to talk about later on. But yeah, I think I just wanted to post a roundup. It felt fair to post a roundup considering the amount of content I'd already put onto social media about Leeds Fest. But I didn't want to do it like a typical influencer and just big it up for the sake of bigging it up. I'm only going to do it where it's necessary. And if you're wondering why I haven't spoke about Leeds 2026 yet, we'll get there. the little Rome vlog. I had so much fun making that video. Like, it probably doesn't look it because I moaned so much in that video. And it's my own fault. Why the fuck did I book to go to Rome in August? I'm learning from my mistakes, and next time we go on a city break like that, we're going to do it in like October, I think. It was way too hot. That should have been an autumn or a spring thing, not a summer holiday thing, especially not when there was a religious festival on that we didn't know about. It was packed, honestly, it was packed. That's not to say I didn't enjoy the holiday. Like, Rome has been on my bucket list since I was a kid, and it felt really nice to finally be able to go somewhere that I've always wanted to go to. And I'm a Sagittarius, so I love my exploring, I love my spontaneity, I love my travel. It was just an amazing week. It was one of the best weeks of this year. And obviously I got to spend it with my lovely partner, Beth. And I feel like vlogs like this, as much as, yes, I post them online because I want to share them with people, they're very personal, and it's something that me and Beth can look back on and go, oh, do you remember that holiday? Oh, do you remember when we did this? Oh, do you remember when we did that? I love the idea of vlogging, and I'm so happy that vlogging seems to be coming back into fashion, because it was never out of fashion for me, really. Obviously, there are certain ethical issues with it, like there's a lot of YouTubers who are like family vloggers and will post videos of the children, which I'm telling you now, when Beth and I eventually have children, you will not see them. I'm so against it. But whilst I'm childless, anyway, I do really want to get back into vlogging. And I've done some short form vlogs on TikTok this year. I did one that was May bank holiday, trying to show off that you can have fun on a bank holiday without having a drink. People on YouTube didn't really like that one, I can't lie. I just got called fat for that. Dickheads. And I posted one last week or the week before for my Treat Yourself Day, which is a day that I do every single year on my birthday week, where it's quite self-explanatory. I just treat myself to shit, guilt-free. This year I went to see Cian de Crow in Newcastle. That was good fun. I've done it before where a couple of years ago my Treat Yourself Day was I went and saw Don Brocco. I sort of noticed when I made that Treat Yourself video, it was like 8 minutes long. I told you I'm a yapper. And I feel like I should have filmed that for YouTube. I don't feel like I should have done that for TikTok. It was too... I mean, it's not too long for TikTok because you've got a 10-minute limit anyway. But people don't... I don't know if people... I mean, I do because I enjoy that kind of content. I feel like a lot of people don't want to sit for 8 minutes on TikTok watching a video. I don't know if I'm captivating enough for that. So I think in future, if I'm going to do vlogs, I might have to just do YouTube. Which is better for you, I suppose. But I do want to get back into it, and I get major social anxiety about filming in public. I'm trying to train my brain to tell it that fucking people don't give a shit. If you're doing something in public, people aren't looking at you. People don't care. You have to think of it as like, well, do I care if I see somebody filming? No. So why would somebody look at me and care? Unless I'm filming them, that's different. If I'm filming myself, why would you give a shit? And I'm really trying to train that out of me, that sort of thing in my head going, oh, I feel really anxious about doing it. I don't want people to see me filming myself and talking to my phone or talking to a camera. Who gives a shit? Literally, who fucking gives a shit? I think 2026, I'm going to continue on that path to try and get the fuck over that because I do want to do it more. And I don't know, I think because when I film content with Beth, I'm less anxious because I'm with another person. So at least it's like, oh, well, we're both doing it, so it makes me feel a little bit better. But I do think I came across a little bit awkward on camera, but I think as the week went on, I got a little bit more confident with it. And it got to a point where when I got home, it felt weird to not have a camera in my hand. Although I did finish that holiday really ill with my sinuses. Weird tangent, weird behind the scenes tangent. My sinuses really have never got better since then, you know. That's not good, is it? I'm changing my own life. I think I just needed a vent that day. So much happened within like a couple of weeks span, and I needed it off my chest. I really did. It felt like a really old school YouTube video where people just used to just sit down in front of a camera and just talk to an audience or talk to... Well, it doesn't feel like talking to an audience. This feels like I'm talking to a camera right now. Obviously an audience will watch it and hopefully respond in the comments. Probably not, but hopefully. And as I say, I've really trained it out of me to not overshare online, but sometimes you do just gotta vent. I think YouTube at the minute, it's been Mr. Beastified, or whatever the fucking term is. There's a lot of YouTube videos that are higher budget, higher quality, and like that's all well and good, and there's certain bits of content like that that I do enjoy. But I'm just trying to bring YouTube back to its roots a little bit. That's not to say I will never up the quality of my videos, of course I will one day. Videos like this, I miss videos like this where we just have a chat. This is why I love podcasts. I've got really into podcasts this year, you know, because I much prefer listening to a podcast when I'm driving, for example, than listening to music now, because I just enjoy listening to conversation. It's great. Like, I listen to a lot of Hard Launch by Dan and Phil, The Useless Hotline with George Clarkey and Max Blackday. I listen to a bit of Jack Makes Happy Hour podcast if there's a guest that I like on there. I'm trying to get into more podcasts. If you've got any recommendations for podcasts that are sort of similar to what I've just described, put them in the comments, because I do want to listen to some more this year. I've completely lost what the fuck I was talking about. Why the fuck am I talking about podcast? Authenticity. That's why. Authenticity. And yeah, I think I was just going through a bit of a shitty time. I'm not going to lie. I just lost a freelance contract for a video editor position that I enjoyed. You'll be happy to know I don't miss that position anymore. I'm quite content with the way that things have gone now. I've come to terms with it and have realised it was absolutely for the best for me. Grateful for the opportunity, but would I go back to it now? No. The last video that I posted this year, other than this one, let's talk festival season 2026. I had to end the year with some more festival chat, didn't I? I think it was nice to, for once, talk about festivals that wasn't just Leeds. No shade to Leeds, but it was nice to discuss something that was a little bit different and to discuss a variety of things, get hyped up for next year, and just feel really optimistic about how next year's going to go, because I've had quite a bit of time to plan content for next year, or plan where I want to be next year, what kind of festivals do I want to experience, because I want to do something a little bit different. Usually every year I'll do Slam Dunk and Leeds, and next year's looking a bit different. So I know that I'm definitely not doing Slam Dunk, and the likelihood is if I can get tickets to it, I'm going to Big Weekend in Sunderland since it's local. I'm doing Download for the first time next year, which I'm so excited about, because the lineup, it is the best lineup I have seen for a festival in 2026. It is. Well, in my opinion anyway, for my music taste. Obviously, somebody could go on there and go, actually, and that's fine. If that's your jam, that's fine. I'm trying to drink this before it goes cold. It's starting to go cold. But for Download, for me, it's just immaculate. I think this is the best year for me to try it for the first time, because, again, that's something else that's been on my bucket list since I was a teenager, since I became a little emo, and I've just never been. And I've no reason to have never been to it, really, because I have friends who would absolutely go. I just never took the leap into going. And it's looking like 2026 is that year. And not to bring it up again, maybe it's time we talk about it. So in that video I promised, I'll make a follow-up video about Leeds 2026. And I will in 2026. I promise I will. I did shoot a video about 2 weeks ago or something like that, whenever I said I was actually going to do it. Well, beginning of December. So probably a bit longer, nearly a month ago now. Jesus Christ. I filmed it in the same week that the Leeds 2026 first wave come out. I wasn't very happy with the video. I think I slagged it off too much, because the God's honest truth is that I'm not impressed with it. And I will make a video and I will discuss it properly. I don't want to discuss it too much here and then people won't watch that video when it does come out. I'm going to reshoot it. I'm going to discuss it properly. But I think I'm reluctant to talk about it because I'm not hyped for it right now. But I'm being mature, and I'm not making a decision on Leeds next year until I've seen the second wave, because as much as I might not be totally impressed with the first wave, there could be some acts on the second wave that I'll go, okay, now it's worth it. Do you know what I mean? So I'm trying my best to be balanced and just hold off for a minute. Bottom line, I will discuss Leeds, but I'm going to do it next year. On to the honourable mentions of this year. So, not to bring it up again, but I made an album this year. No, I'm just so proud of it. I'm genuinely so proud of it. It got some radio play this year as well, on local radio. Spark Sunderland, specifically, and the Bunker Radio. Thank you so much, you guys, for playing Bad Things Come in Threes as many times as you did. And something that is massive, that I've never spoke about online for some reason. I don't know why, because this is genuinely like another bucket list kind of thing. BBC Radio 1 listened to my music for the first time this year. That has never happened. I've had BBC Local Radio listen. I've been played on BBC Local Radio once in 2023. I have never, ever, ever had Radio 1 listen to me. And no, I wasn't played on the show, and that's fine. But the fact that somebody in that office decided to press play on me for the first time, and I've been uploading on BBC Introducing Uploader, uploading music onto there since 2019. And this was the year they finally went, all right, well, listen. And it's such a competitive thing. I've got absolutely no bad blood on the fact that it wasn't played. It's fine. I'm sure I'll live. But I'm a step closer to getting played. And that is very exciting. And that is something that is on my bucket list. I want to be on Radio 1. I listen to Radio 1 a lot in the car when I'm at work and things. And I have two different bucket list things with it. I have one to be on Radio 1 Introducing, And another one that I really want is I want to be glazed by Jack Saunders. If you've ever listened to Radio 1, if you've ever listened to any of his shows, he has such an eloquent way of speaking about music and artists. I need to know what that man has to say about me. I need to know. I don't know if a feeling is going to top that. See if we hit that next year. Let's talk about TikTok. Next honourable mention. So if I go onto my TikTok studio to show you my analytics for this year, bear in mind I only got access back to my Honourable Jones account on TikTok in April, because this used to be, weirdly enough, Honourable Jones travel, and I did like the odd little travel edit from shit that I was doing in like 2021 or something, sort of outside of like my music stuff. And then TikTok logged me out and it wouldn't let me log back in. So I was like, right, well that's lost in the ether. And this year, for some reason, it let me log back in randomly. So I just changed it to Honourable Jones and made it connected to like, the YouTube and all that kind of stuff. Since April, I've had in total 708,000 views. What the fuck? Nearly 750,000. What the fuck? That is absolutely just insane. Like, thank you so much for that. I know some of it is just sheer luck. And I'm not somebody who spams the internet, really. I just post what I want when I want. Next year, my goal in 2026, I want to get to this time next year and say that I've had 1 million views at least. Because we got very close to it this year. So let's see if we can build the momentum, yeah? And you know what? It's not bad going for somebody who currently has 183 followers. And my final honourable mention is that I've done the very stereotypical couple thing. Beth and I have a brand new TikTok account. I know people think stuff like that's cringe or whatever, but I think it's been really fun to make content with Beth because she's so bubbly and outgoing, and it puts me at ease when I film in public, and it's just nice to have a laugh with somebody that I'm just so deeply connected to. And we have quite a few ideas for next year. I know Beth keeps asking me to do these like little TikTok games that she sees other content creators making, like Connor and You're On, with like the little 4-number or 4-letter game things. I don't really understand how it works, to be honest. So maybe she'll convince me to do that next year, because she does keep asking me. I should probably just do it, shouldn't I? So if you're not following that account as well, Jesus Christ, I'm giving you a lot of accounts to follow here, aren't I? It's at Beth and Holly 2020 on TikTok. So what is to come in 2026? I've kind of basically already fucking said it anyway, but we'll say it again. Festival season, we're going to talk about Leeds 2026. I'm going to introduce a brand new series, which I'm now going to reveal. Drum roll. I'm going to call it the Sober Stage. And it's going to speak about going to festivals sober, issues that I have with drug culture, especially surrounding festivals, and just creating a safe space for people in addiction or people who have faced substance problems, and hopefully encouraging younger people to not experiment, to not even try that first line or first key or whatever the fuck, and try and create a safer space in festivals for everybody, because I can't lie, it's getting a little dangerous and something needs to change. I'm very happy that I've had conversations with people in the last month online when I've made festival content. People have brought it up and gone like, I really want it to be a safer space, I'm really worried about this. And if I can just help one person with that series, then I've done my job. Sidetracking from that as well, there is potential possibly for vlogs when I go away to the festivals next year. I'm unsure about it as of yet because I'm trying to work out the situation in terms of charging cameras up. I could just do the same as what I did this year and do like the roundups after the fact, or I can try and do a vlog. I don't know, I'm a little bit undecided. If you've got any opinions on what you think I could do in terms of, especially in terms of download, because that seems like it's definitely going ahead. Big Weekend just depends on if I can get tickets. Big Weekend would be easier to vlog just because it's obviously a day festival, but it would be harder to put on YouTube because of copyrighted music. If you've got any opinions, just let me know. Speaking of vlog content, as I say, I want to get back into it a little bit more. Even if it's just like a week in the life sort of thing. Health and fitness, Jesus Christ. I'm going to do my next video after this one, which I'm going to post in the new year, is about New Year's resolutions and how they're bullshit, but I'm making them anyway. And health and fitness, I will speak more about that in depth. You know, long story short, I posted a video on TikTok being like, please hold me accountable because I want to get back into the gym and me fitness and health and all that stuff, because in 2019 to 2020, before the thing happened, I was really into the gym. I was going like 5 or 6 times a week. I was the fittest I've ever been in my life, the healthiest I've ever been in my life. And then the thing where we all had to stay indoors happened, and I've never ever been able to get back into that position. It's almost like the willpower and the motivation and the discipline left my body. But it made me laugh, so I asked for help with accountability on TikTok. Posted a couple of gym sessions and whatever. I haven't been to the gym since October. The accountability thing didn't fucking work. So I do want to document more gym sort of stuff, because I think it'll just encourage me to go. Not that that has proven to work. But, you know, that's all from me, I believe. I can't believe it's the end of the year already. It's gone so quickly. I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody who has shown me some support on any platform, every platform in 2025. It has been the best year I've ever had on socials, and I'm so glad that I came back. I am passionate about this. I am wanting to go further with this, and yeah. Let's hope at some point I can become an actual content creator and, you know, make this my actual full-time job, so I can stop doing my other job and just focus on doing this. Because I think that probably takes away from why I don't upload all the time, because I'm just so busy. But I am trying my best, and I'm very excited for next year. Given how well this year's gone, I'm very excited. So I hope you guys will stick around. I hope you want to see more content from me. For the last time this year, subscribe, follow me on all socials, do all of that jazz. I will see you in 2026. I hope you all have a lovely Christmas. Have a very happy and healthy New Year. We all deserve it, I think. Times are tough. Roll on the new year. Let's go. I don't want to say it's going to be my year, because that always goes to shit, but...
Conflict of interest. You love the chase, but not ready.